I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Isn't it funny how all these entities that used to be against the establishment, like Neil Young, like Howard Stern, are leading the charge to try to get after and destroy the opinions of somebody like Joe Rogan and try to get him kicked off, deplatformed? In my opinion, there's nothing worse than somebody trying to get a person deplatformed. I really don't care what your opinions are. I mean, that's got to be the worst, in my opinion. So Joe Rogan, it seems, has decided to apologize because of all the backlash, and there has been a ton of backlash. I mean, it trended on Twitter. Let me tell you how this went on Twitter. Joe Rogan trended, then Neil Young was brave, stunningly, and courageously celebrated, and then Joni Mitchell said she was leaving Spotify. Joni Mitchell still a thing? Really? And people actually cared? Nobody cared. Then it came out that Barry Manilow was leaving. That's right. The Mandy singer himself was leaving because of Joe Rogan. And then guess what? Barry Manilow came out and said, I'm not leaving Spotify. And then the SJWs went after him. They went after him. Oh, it's a shame. Well, I guess I got to quit listening to your music now. Really? Because he just debunked a rumor. You guys are all bent out of shape. Stop that nonsense. Well, Joe Rogan has apologized. Spotify to add advisories to COVID podcast. That's a thing. I mean, good Lord. I like Joe Rogan. I'm shocked he's doing this. I understand that Spotify deal is extremely lucrative. But at some point, people have to stick to their convictions. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Popular U.S. podcaster Joe Rogan has apologized amid a backlash against COVID-19 misinformation in his program, while his platform, Spotify Technology SA, said it would, quote, add a content advisory to any episode with the discussion of COVID. Rogan, a prominent vaccine skeptic, has stirred controversy with his views on the pandemic and on vaccines and on government mandates to control the spread of the virus. Singer-songwriters Neil Young and Joni Mitchell announced last week that they were removing their music from Spotify in protest at the coronavirus misinformation on the broadcast on the platform. Young objected to his music being played on the same platform as the top-rated podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. This doesn't surprise me. I mean, Spotify houses a lot of woke entities, a ton. 270 scientists and medical professionals wrote urging Spotify to prevent Rogan spreading falsehoods. In a 10-minute Instagram video posted on Sunday evening, Rogan apologized to Spotify for the backlash, but defended inviting consensus guests. If I pissed you off, I'm sorry, Rogan said. I will do my best to try to balance out these more controversial viewpoints with other people's perspectives so maybe we can find a better point of view. Separately, Spotify chief executive Daniel Ek, Ek's right, posted a blog saying an advisory will direct listeners to a COVID-19 hub, God, that contains information from medical and health experts as well as links to authoritative sources. And of course, I cannot imagine that there are actually people out there that care about the following. Britain's Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan, have also expressed their concern to Spotify about COVID-19 misinformation, but will continue to work with the company, a spokesperson for their Archwell Foundation said on Sunday. On Saturday, best-selling U.S. professor and author Brené Brown, host of the Spotify-exclusive podcast Unlocking Us and Dare to Lead, said she would not release any podcast until further notice. She could not be immediately reached for comment. Spotify is also publishing platform rules for its creators. Quote, it's important that we don't take a position on being content censor while also making sure there are rules in place and consequences for people that violate them. Congratulations, you're turning into YouTube. Great. So, there you have it. Joe Rogan didn't so much bend the knee. I mean, he said, I'll have opposing viewpoints on, but I guess he's going to continue to have viewpoints that he tends to more agree with on the platform as well. I mean, look, if you're looking to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to make health decisions, you yourself need a good bit of help, okay? It's amazing that nobody wants to think critically on these issues. They don't want to. And look, I've said I don't give a shit if you get the jab or not, but what I don't agree with is any sort of mandates, ordinances, and or laws, and or coercion in order to get somebody to take the jab. I don't agree with that. I don't. I'm not going to agree with it. Look, people will say, well, you had a choice to keep your job because you could have gotten the jab. No, being coerced and threatened is not a choice. Okay, that's not a choice. All right. That's a bully effect is what that is. I hope Joe Rogan's show does not change from what it is right now. I do listen to it. It's a shame that Spotify jumped in and said they had to do this, but I guess they were willing to ignore Neil Young. Leonard Skinner was right about Neil Young. That's a shame. I was a big Neil Young fan. What a shame. God, this is exactly the thing he would have come out to fight against back in the day. And he bent both knees. Jesus, that makes me sick. Joni Mitchell, I mean, who the hell cares? And Harry and Meghan, really? I mean, God, there's people ate up with those two. I could give less than two shits what their opinions are on anything. I mean, that's just a fact. Tell me what you think. Black and White Network fans, peace. I'm out. Till next time.